You ever see something out in the real world, I don't know, a cool pair of sneakers, a weird sculpture, and just wish you could zap it right into your computer? For the longest time, that was serious business. We're talking expensive cameras, complex software, the works. But what if all you needed was the phone you've got in your hand right now? We're going to break down an app that promises to do just that, turn your phone into a portable 3D studio. And this slide, wow, it really nails the difference. I mean, on the left, that's the old way. You needed a whole studio, cameras, lights, special gear, which meant 3D scanning was basically off limits for most of us. But on the right, that's the new way. It's just you and your phone. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a massive leap that throws the doors wide open for pretty much anyone to start creating in 3D. So, the tool at the heart of this whole revolution is called OneSnap 3D, and its main idea is just beautifully simple: to be a really powerful 3D capture and editing studio that, you guessed it, fits right in your pocket. The whole point is to take all that complicated stuff we just saw and pack it into an app that feels totally intuitive. Okay, so how does it actually pull this off? Well, it all comes down to a really simple three-step process. First, you capture your object using some clever AI. Second, you get to refine that image to make sure it's just right. And third, you hit the button and convert it into a 3D model. So let's break down each one of those steps. First up, step one, the capture. Now, the real secret sauce here is something called on-device AI, and that's a key phrase, because it means all the initial brainpower, the heavy lifting, is happening right there on your phone, not on some distant server in the cloud. So, what in the world is on-device AI? Well, for this app, it's basically an AI model that lives inside your phone. It's smart enough to look at your photo, figure out what the main subject is, and just perfectly cut it out from the background. It's like having a professional photo editor working at lightning speed, right inside your phone. And why is it such a big deal that this happens locally? Well, there are three huge advantages. For one, it's incredibly fast. There's no waiting for stuff to upload or download. Two, it's private. And this is a big one. Your original raw camera photos never even leave your device. And three, it's super efficient. The only thing that gets sent to the cloud is that one clean, processed image. So the main thing to take away from this first step is that all that traditional gear, the turntables, the fancy lighting, the seamless backdrops, you can pretty much forget about it. Your only job is to take one good, clean photo. From there, the on-device AI takes over and does the really hard part for you. Okay, so the AI has done its magic and cut out your object. But what if it's not quite perfect? That's where step two comes in. The refine stage. This is where the app hands the controls back over to you, and it's all based on a really simple but powerful idea. A better starting image is going to give you a better final 3D model. The whole app is really built on this philosophy. The creators actually said, a better input gives a better 3D model. So instead of trying to automate absolutely everything, it gives you the chance to perfect that image before it gets turned into a final asset. It's all about giving you that control to make sure the quality is there from the start. So what does that control actually look like? Well, it's a dead simple three-part process. First, you get to review the AI's initial cutout. Then you can refine it. So let's say the AI missed a spot or grabbed a piece of the background. You can just erase it. And finally, you can tidy up the frame and make sure your object is perfectly centered. Simple but super powerful tweaks. And here is why this is so important. This whole edit first way of doing things can save you a massive amount of time later. By catching and fixing those little issues in the 2D image, you're making sure the final 3D model is going to come out clean. And that means way less time trying to fix weird geometry in some complicated 3D software down the line. All right, so you've got your image prepped and looking perfect. Now we get to the final and, let's be honest, the most magical step, the conversion. This is where your polished 2D image gets beamed up to the cloud and gets transformed into a real, honest-to-goodness 3D asset. Now, this part uses some serious, heavy-duty cloud AI from partners like Meshi to handle the conversion. And you actually get a choice here, which is pretty cool. You can go for a faster conversion if you just need a quick draft, or you can opt for a high-fidelity model. That one takes a bit longer, but it gives you way more detailed geometry and richer textures, basically the professional-grade result. Now, obviously, all that cloud computing power isn't free. The app handles this with a really clear and upfront credit system. It's designed so there are no surprises. You always know exactly how many credits a conversion will cost. You can buy flexible packs, so you only get what you need, and the pricing makes sense. A high-fidelity model uses more credits than a fast one. The bottom line is, you're always in control of the cost. And the whole experience doesn't just stop once the model is done. The app has a whole management system built right in. All your 3D models are saved in this nice, organized collection. You can even check out detailed error messages if something goes wrong with the conversion. And, of course, there's a built-in 3D viewer so you can spin your new models around and check them out right on your phone. So, after going through all that, the big question is, who is this really for? And the answer, really, is that it's designed to empower a whole new generation of creators by making this kind of technology incredibly easy to get your hands on. You've got your 3D artists who need to mock up an asset really fast, game and XR developers who are prototyping new worlds, product designers who want to turn a real-world item into a 3D visual. But honestly, it's for anyone who's ever just looked at something and thought, man, I wish there was a simple, camera-first way to get that into my computer. And really, that's the big takeaway here. The barrier to getting into 3D creation has just been totally demolished. A full 3D studio isn't a room full of expensive equipment anymore. It's just an app in your pocket. So the only question left is, what are you going to create first?